Good evening, guys, and welcome to the CJ Unedited podcast. The podcast is 100% live, 100% true, and 100% unedited. I'm James Hanton, and I am joined today by Chrissy McNamara, as always, and our special guest, Ian Dimbling, will be joining us in just a few minutes. But before I do that, as always, Chrissy, how are you this week, and what are you drinking tonight?
I am doing okay. It's been a trying week with the puppy. She's a hot ass mess. She got like a worm or something, and she tore up like her room, and she's bitey, but she's so cute. And tonight I am drinking a Irish iced coffee that I made.
Ooh.
It's like iced coffee with vodka. Period.
Ooh, interesting. I'm sorry to hear that
How
about
are you?
Kahlua, though. I'm good. I celebrated my 1 year with Nova this week.
I saw that.
And so last night, I ended up building him a cat tree. And in the middle of me building the cat tree, it wasn't even finished yet. And he decided that he wanted to start climbing on it. And it wasn't like connected to the wall yet. So it almost fell over.
Not our pet menaces.
But he's a lovely bug. Guys, welcome to our Disney night. You want to show everyone the creepy Mickey Mouse that you just showed me?
Sure. So
oh, don't worry, I'm going to show Ian. Looks like
some of the I just redid his eyes. So this is Mickey 1. I got Mickey when I was 2, so he's 30, almost 34 and a half. On my second birthday, he went everywhere with me. He's been left on rides. He's been left on planes. He's been in the ocean. He's been chewed up by dogs. He's been stuck under benches. I know there was like an incident where like my bag was checked at a TSA. He's been all over. As you can see, he's pretty floppy, but
that looks like he looks like the original Mickey Mouse. Like the Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse that they used to have. Let me see if I could hold on.
And I have to like pencil in his eyes. So since I knew he was going to be on stream tonight, I like did his eyes up. But then when we were waiting to start, he
like, let me see if I could find like the original Mickey and Minnie Mouse like pictures, because they're like extremely creepy. Okay, here I found one. I'm gonna
my Mickey picture.
I'm gonna see if I could add that photo to the stream real quick. Because it's creepy. Here, Chrissy, you cannot tell me that your Mickey Mouse does not look like these guys.
Yo, legit, he does.
Maybe it's because these were invented when you were a kid.
Wait, who is that little kid?
I don't know who the little boy is. I just found him on the internet. Speaking of Nova, here he is, because
hey Nova, pretty.
But no, guys, this is Disney Night. We're going to be joined by Ian in a few minutes. He ran into a little issue before he could get on, so we're just going to go ahead and tell you guys what we're going to be doing next week. Get that out of the way, and then see, guys, this is why it's an unedited podcast. Last things come up. That's why we're a little behind, but. We'll go ahead and we'll just explain what's going on next week for you guys. Next week is our What's Next Week and our personal interest pieces. So we're going to show you guys things or talk about things that are personal to us. And we're also going to recap about what this first month of the show and then what is going to be happening going on. Originally, tonight was supposed to be an hour-long episode. But due to the difficulties we ran into, we're actually going to be extending it a little bit more. But starting next week and going through September, every episode from here on out is going to be an hour long. And that just for us to come on, have some fun, and then spend some time with our family and friends. But also so we could watch Big Brother and get you guys more information on Big Brother. So when we have some special guests on, we can talk to them about it. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what else to talk about. I'm not ready. He said he was going to be on.
I could go over our Big Brother draft stats if you want.
Yeah.
Do you have the picture of the teams?
Sure. I don't know if I have a picture of the updated teams with Claire, but I can see. Hold on. Let me find these.
So currently, my team, I mean, everybody's team is still intact for like another hour or so.
Here we go. I got it.
Oh, you got it? Okay. I was gonna look
Yep.
up. My team has Derek F, Frenchie, Whitney, Kyland, Tiffany Queen, Christian, Hannah, and X, as they're calling him, or Xavier. Your team has Azza, Brent, who's getting kind of creepy, Alyssa, Derek X, Brittany, Travis, Sarah. It was actually Sarah Beth, I found out.
It is Sarah Beth.
And Claire. Oh, you got an update with Claire.
I did get an update with Claire. I'm trying to do it so we can actually see the whole teams, but
no, I see them all. All right, so this week, we'll start with the things that were good. I got 3 points for Christian or Lil Slap winning the wild card competition, where they had to go into this room and be all quiet and stuff and not knock things over. And then he spun this wheel and decided who he was going to keep. How many players he got to keep safe. It was either going to be 1, 2, or 3, and he got 1, and he kept X safe. So I got 2 points for X being saved.
We're going to suspend this for just a second. Guys, we'd like to introduce you guys to one of our really good friends. We met him. Chrissy, you actually met him
a year ago tomorrow.
And we are just super excited to have him on. Hold on, let me see if I can get
this weirdo. Just kidding.
Yeah, hold on. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, our friend Ian, how are you?
What's up, everybody? Chrissy, I don't think that you remember, but we actually met a year ago today in that Zoom call of Mark's.
Oh my God, that's right.
So happy anniversary of meeting each other.
It's like your anniversary. Look at you.
Yeah, look at that. Oh, what a reunion.
Happy year-anniversary. Ian, welcome on. We heard you had a little trouble, but
yeah. I learned just now that my apartment does not take care of you if you were locked out. So
well, don't mention your apartment's names because I don't want to get in trouble for that.
But yeah, it's fine. I'm here now.
Ian, how was your besides the little trouble that you just went into, but how was your day and
everything's going pretty well. My work is starting to have us go back in office sometimes, which is definitely a new and different situation, but it's starting to feel like the world is a little bit opening back up again compared to where we were at a year ago. Yet still here we are in a StreamYard link.
Okay, listen. You live in Florida. She lives in Philadelphia. I live in Kansas City. There's no way we could have done this in person.
Period.
Absolutely.
Chrissy,
but it's nice to be able to connect like this for sure.
Before we tell Ian, before we have Ian introduce himself and tell us a little about himself, can you show him your Mickey Mouse, please?
I absolutely love that.
He's 34. He's 34 and a half years old.
I was going to say, is this like a childhood stuffed animal? Oh,
I told her it looks like the original Mickey Mouses from when they first did their
Yes. Oh my gosh, it does.
He really does.
Wow.
It was creepy. She brought that on screen. I said, no, stop.
Who was that dude at the bottom? He looks very scared.
That's what I said. I'm like, he's a young man. Like,
she asked, and I said, I don't know. I just found this one on the internet. Ian, so we obviously know who you are and what you do. So, but for everyone else, who are you? What do you do? Like, where do you live? Even though I just
such a loaded question.
Who are you? He said,
who are you?
Tell us about your identity.
that meme of that kid who turns around. He's like, wait a minute.
And the other question is, what are you drinking tonight?
Absolutely. So, hi everybody. My name is Ian. I am 27 years old. I'm originally from upstate New York. I moved down to Orlando a couple years ago, but I actually lived in Orlando back in 2015 when I worked for Walt Disney World while I was in college. Met a lot of really amazing friends here, wanted to stay in touch. Obviously, you know, it was the virtual world and everything like that. So we stayed in touch through that time. I tried to come down as much as I could. After I kind of went through a big career change, I realized that I would love to try and stay in the Orlando area as much as possible. I'm also dating a girl who works for theme parks and does like writing for theme park attractions. So it was a big deal for us to try and stay within an area that's really big on theme parks. So that's why we moved to Orlando. I'm such a hot weather person. I can't believe I went to the second snowiest college in the country because now I'm all about being in the hot sun, getting a tan. And I didn't even worry about quarantine really because like we still were able to go outside and breathe in fresh air. There was never any snow to worry about, you know, all that good stuff. My drink of choice at the moment really is water because I just went for a run. But I do have this really cool mug for you guys to take a look at. This, do you guys know who this is?
Is that? Oh, I was gonna say Mushu, but I don't know if that's correct.
No, it's not Mushu.
I'm sorry. I'm on a big Mulan kick right now, so that's why I said Mushu.
Have you been to Disney World, Chrissy?
I was in Disney World. Oh my God. I was in the 11th grade in the competition band, and we got to march there. So that would be in 2002. Oh my God.
Everything I've got for you right now is kind of like a deep dive into Disney, to be honest. So this is a character that they made up for a ride, and his name is Figment because he's like a figment of your imagination, and he's in like the Imagination Land at Epcot, and he's a purple dinosaur. Sorry, not purple dinosaur. Purple dragon with like orange ears. And he goes through different, you know, fun rooms and teaches you all about using your imagination. So it's actually my girlfriend's one of her favorite characters. And so she has a little Figment mug. The shirt I have is a retro Donald Duck that I actually got when I was in Tokyo Disney Sea. I have had the opportunity to visit four of the different lands in which Disney is located all around the world, because I've been to Florida, California, Tokyo, and Paris. I still need to get myself to Hong Kong and to Shanghai.
Shanghai.
Yeah.
Is there a Singapore one?
No, so Singapore is Universal. Universal has Singapore, they have Japan, and they have Beijing.
Okay.
So I need to get to those too. But I've been to Universal Japan, Universal Orlando. I haven't been to the one in California yet. But I heard that that's mostly like where they do movies, not necessarily as theme parky. Mm-hmm. Whereas here in Orlando, it's very theme park oriented, as you saw, James.
See, this is the shirt that I'm wearing. Oh, I can't.
Oh my gosh.
Very nice. And I don't want to show my hair. Moana, right?
Yeah, Moana.
And
it's Hey Hey.
I don't want to show my hair too much, so don't look at this while I do this. But do you know what this is a reference to?
Well, I don't know the wording, but I know that's the monorail system.
Yep. So it's the monorail system, and the way it works, Chrissy, just so you're aware, because I'll talk about Disney. James, are you sure we're only going to do an hour podcast? Like I could talk days long. The way that Walt Disney set up Magic Kingdom was so that you weren't able to just simply like get out of your car and walk into the park. You actually have to park in a parking lot and take either a monorail or a ferry boat into like this magical world, and you're being like magically transported into the world. So when you go on a monorail to be able to get over there, what they say is, please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténgase alejado de las puertas. And so I, of course, got the shirt or the hat that said that in Spanish because I was like, hell yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna do that. And I say it every time I get on it. I know almost all of the like safety measures in English and in Spanish for almost all the rides and trams and all that stuff. Well, then because I'm just such a Disney nerd.
Here's a question for you: if you're such a Disney nerd, because I just found this out not too recently. So Toy Story, obviously Pixar through Disney. Here's a question just for both of you. What is the name on the bottom of the feet at all the Disney stores when you can buy Toy Story characters?
What do you mean? Like the Andy at the bottom of his feet? So
Andy is on the bottom of the feet, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
No, not at Disney.
But now they're changing it.
Now they changed it all to Bonnie. So every toy you get that has Toy Story has Bonnie at the bottom of it, and I thought that was really cool that they finally they acknowledged the fact that Andy not gave him up, but passed him down.
And if you get like a Lotso hugging bear, he actually smells like strawberries and stuff. They do that merchandising right. Like
these things were not there when I went to the Disney Springs Wonderful World of Disney. I did not see a Lotso hugging bear. I did not see. Well, I saw a Buzz Lightyear, but it was like $20, and I was like, I'm here on a budget because Orlando was not on my itinerary. Ian, what do you do? Like you live in Orlando. You talked about what your girlfriend does, and she works for Disney. What do you do?
I get on podcasts and talk about Disney. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes, I'm paying him. No.
And that's our show. Have a good night. Bye.
Yeah, there you go. I actually switched careers last year, so I actually just celebrated a year anniversary of working for a company that works for the convention and trade show world. Marketplace kind of thing. And we put together videos. So I do video editing, I do voiceover work, I do on-camera work for different groups that are looking for high energy videos at various different conferences, whether that be in person or virtual. And for a while we were just doing virtual. So I've been sitting at this exact desk for a really long time, putting together videos for people all around the entire country and all around the entire world, really. And soon, I mean, we're really starting to ramp it up because I was in the office today and they're already talking about like new shows that we're going to be going to that'll be in person all around. So if I ever get my chance to go to Philly or to St. Louis or to Kansas City or anything like that, you guys know I'm hitting you guys all up first and then we'll meet up in person.
Most definitely. But so we mentioned this earlier. This is your 1 year anniversary for you two being friends, and we didn't meet for like a couple of weeks later, but, we all met on Sequester. I will mention it. I know there's a whole flack about it, but I want to say where we met each other. So we all met on Sequester. You guys met because you guys played a game on 7/16/19. And then your guys' friendship just kind of kept on going. That's what I meant, 20. What year are we in? Are we in 20?
I was like, whoa, is that 2 years ago? Crazy. But yeah, he reminded me that we did meet a year ago today because there was a happy hour and I met James and a few other players from the game in that happy hour. Adam was one of them as well.
I mean, Chrissy, how far did you go?
In that game?
Yeah, in that game.
13th place, 12th place, 13 or 12.
Ian, how far did you go?
I was ready to get Chrissy out in that game.
Well,
I was fifth place, which I was very happy about it. I honestly just I wasn't when I signed up for this. And here's the thing: when I signed up for it, I truly was just like, look, like I'll give one of these reality games a shot, right? Like I've always wanted to potentially, see how I would do, but I have almost no interest in being on any of these shows itself because I feel like the backlash and the just the amount of hate that can be out there can be really overwhelming, not necessarily just for me because I can take it, but I have a very unique last name. I don't want my family to be like, yes, I'm associate, you know what I mean? Like, and have that be like any sort of bad thing. I'd rather do the lying, the cheating, the backstabbing in like a much more quieter setting, if that makes sense. So this was my right opportunity. I definitely wanted to specifically play like that type of game. And I just wanted to do it once and be kind of done with it. And then I wasn't factoring in the fact that like, these are people that I never have been able to talk to in my life about like the shows that I've like really studied and watched and been into. So having people that now I can have those conversations with is a really, really cool thing.
So I have a video that I
was like, yep, show. Sounds good.
Sounds good. Hold on. I promise I was listening.
I will continue to drag him through the whole podcast, everybody. Don't
This is what our friendship has been like. I have a video, and I don't know if you ever watched back the first game you played, but I have a very embarrassing video of Chrissy from that game.
Can we not?
And I'll preface this with, in the game you can get safety, and at one point in the game she was like, "Give me safety, give me safety, give me safety, give me a guy that I can talk to, give me someone who I can make an alliance with," and
I was waiting.
And at one point in the game, she met one of our friends and she got so distracted.
Can I just say that the next game I played, I did not do that crap and I won. Anyway, continue.
But before her elimination debacle came about,
right before
she decided that she wanted to eat protein powder straight on.
But that's pre-workout.
That's pre-workout. I'm sorry.
That was pretty gross. I don't know why I did that. I want to stay awake.
I was like, who's talking just now? Because she wasn't talking. Is that a screen recording?
Where I like narrated it or something.
Chrissy, what went through your mind? Why did you do that?
Well, we were safe from the room. I forget what it was called. Roulette?
Safety room roulette or whatever.
Safety rooms roulette. So I was excited. So I want to do something. And I was like, I wanted to stay awake because I was like, oh, Ethan's here. He's my ally. I'm going to go further now. Let me stay awake.
James, don't poo-poo entertainment. Entertainment is what we want in the first place, right? That's what I do too.
But when
I was in rooms by myself, I would be so ridiculous. I'd make up songs. I'd scream. I'd just do whatever the hell I wanted to do because at the end of the day, right? Like it's for
we had
fun.
all our stuffed animals and like you were throwing popcorn in your mouth.
Oh yeah.
Listen, it was with Ethan though that you were like, okay, give me safety, give me someone I can trust, give me someone. And then as soon as Ethan showed up, you were like, oh hi. And then as soon as you did that, the safety went across the screen. You missed it. You got eliminated. All in that one like 5-minute time span.
He is aesthetically distracting. All right.
But do you I know Ian, obviously we met, we'll get to that. But Chrissy, do you ever want to go to Orlando to meet Ian? Or vice versa?
I hope so someday. I want to go back I want to see Ian and work out with Ian and hang out with Amy. And I want to go to Disney World because I haven't been there in like 20 years. So
if you think I have a lot of energy online, you should see me when I actually have to like move and walk. I'm like a little child running around this freaking park. I mean, And I'm not like, I can understand the people who are like, Disney's lame or it's for kids and all that stuff. I totally get it. And I can also feel that way in some aspects that Disney is overpriced and there are things that they do that I'm not the biggest fan of. But I started working for Disney when I went to college, and the way in which they provide the most like magical memories, kind of being on the other side and seeing those Make-A-Wish kids, seeing their dream come true, meeting people's idols and like hearing all these stories that are just like too good to be true. And only a place like Disney can kind of provide something so magical that truly just feels like, so like authentic and pure. I try to do as much as I can when I'm there that's similar to that. I don't even care necessarily about going on the rides anymore. I just want to be a part of the experience. I have a lot of friends who work there now, so I'll go and try and meet up with them and say hi. I know people who, are, getting promoted and doing big things or in something with entertainment or in a show, and I want to go see them in a show. So it's like so cool that I can just be like, yeah, I know this person. Yeah, I'm friends with this person, and they're like performing at Walt Disney World.
Now, did you also work at Universal?
I did. I knew that answer. I don't know why I asked like that. It took me a second. I was like, yeah, I did. I guess. So when I moved back here, it was hard for me to find a job right away because I was changing fields and everything like that. Mm-hmm. And I actually got a job, a seasonal position in the Stranger Things house at Halloween Horror Nights.
Whoa.
So I was part of the like scare team that would like, scare the pants out, or this is a family-friendly show. Be careful. Scare the CRAP out of little children, and adults too, and stuff like that. And it was a really fun time. Millie Bobby Brown came through the house once. That was pretty fun. She was very cool. She's like, "Oh my god, this is so amazing."
I expect a lot of celebrities to go to
taking the Penhurst.
I missed the day. I missed the day because I was like, they were like, oh, a celebrity came through the house once when I was gone. I was gone for a few days. I was celebrating Amy's birthday. And I was like, anybody cool come through the house? They were like, just one guy. His name is Frankie Grande. He was on Big Brother. And I'm like, are you fucking...
No biggie. Frenchie.
And not that I really like care that much about him, but I was just like, okay, I know who that is.
And see, I worked at Six Flags, and there were times where we had celebrities who would come through, and like it's one of those things. Is like you were like, oh, that's cool, they're here, but then when they actually come through your ride or your attraction, you're like, hello, hi, I'm serving Frankie Grande. Here you go, have fun, enjoy the ride, see you later.
Yeah,
like you kind of freak out just for a split
I
second.
did get to see Neil Patrick Harris once. That was a fun story. Do you want to hear this story?
Yeah.
Sure.
It's a little embarrassing but only for me.
Okay.
So I knew that Neil Patrick Harris was going to be in the area. He comes every year for the Christmas candlelight vigil. So every year he stays like probably in around the same area. He stays at one of the resorts on Disney property. And what I was told was that he was somewhere in Disney Springs. And so I was like, all right, I should try and go see if I can find Neil Patrick Harris. And I was like, he might be at this new bar that just opened up. It was like an Indiana Jones themed bar. And so we go through and we see him. And I was working for the company, so I didn't want to like bombard him or give him any problems. So we just kind of like walked away, and we like, we went outside on the patio. We didn't want to talk to him. And our friend joined us later. We're like, did you see who's right in that corner table? And the girl's like, there's nobody in that corner table. And I was like, oh, well, Neil Patrick Harris was there, but he left, no big deal. So when we're leaving, I see that the corner table is empty. And I go, would it be weird if I just like sat in the same seat that Neil Patrick Harris was sitting in? So I literally scoot all the way into this like round table. I scoot all the way to the middle where he was sitting. And I look straight across from me, and he had moved one table over and was staring right back at me. I was mortified. I ran out.
That's what you should have been like, hi, sorry.
No,
I didn't want to get in trouble. I didn't want to get in trouble. So
no, I mean, but see, I think with Neil Patrick Harris, with Neil Patrick Harris, he would have been like, that was me, because he was in a show where they always in How I Met Your Mother, they were always in a booth, and so I think it'd be kind of cool just always like follow in his footsteps and just slide into the booth that he was just in.
I didn't even think about the fact that we were basically in McLaren's, but I will say that I think that he was like wearing he was wearing like a fedora and stuff. It seemed like he didn't want to be bothered that night, and I wasn't going to be the one to bother him.
Yeah.
But I did see him, and it was a pretty wild time.
So, Ian, I actually got to come and visit you. So, sorry, Chrissy. You were there that night when I arrived. But it was a very spontaneous time. You told me so many things to go do. I went to Disney Springs, got massively sunburned in Disney Springs. That was fun. But then you and I went to Universal that night. And we're just going to take a little trip down memory lane as I bring all these photos up that I'm just going to end up photo dumping one at a time.
How many you visiting Ian without me?
I'm sorry. Okay, listen. I was just like, hey, what are you doing? I'm in Florida. And he was like, nothing. You want to come hang out? And I said, sure. So I drove. But here we are at Twosome's Chocolate Factory.
Oh, look at you.
Let's see, what else do we have? I took a lot of photos, so I'm going to say sorry in advance. So Ian did say he likes to pretend he's a child, so here he is, taking a random photo of the building, just like I was, but he happened to be in it. We have
cool perspective shot.
This is the one that, everybody commented on Facebook, because you were in your happy place here.
Why did people comment on this? I didn't see that.
Because you were in your happy place and you were one of the minions. That's when Mark said that you look at him. He's finally at home.
I'm not a big minion person, but I think that stems from my girlfriend. So she worked at the at Universal in Japan, and they are big on minions there as well. And I guess she said that she got tired of like writing things that involved using the words mayhem and surprise. Because everything there is like a mayhem, minion mayhem and something surprise and something like that. So I don't think the minion ride is as good as it could have been. And it's a really long wait for what it is.
Did you guys go on it when you were there?
So we actually didn't get to go.
I do not remember taking this picture.
What is this? Putt-putt?
Mini golf, yeah.
We played mini golf.
Was this
Sorry.
right before my hole-in-one? I did get a hole-in-one.
This was literally right before your hole-in-one.
Look at those games.
Yes, we went and played putt.
Or mini golf. I don't know what you guys call it. Where you're
Hold
from.
on. I have a photo. It's not working. I cleared out of the. Hold on. We went and played putt. It was fun. I mean, you won, didn't you?
It was close. I don't remember.
I'm pretty
Probably.
sure you won.
Let's go with I won.
Okay. I have the scorecard somewhere.
Give him a win. Give him a win.
We'll give you a win because that's the only thing you're going to be winning tonight.
Even though I'm giving you a win before.
We played putt, and here's another photo. Wow, how come I did not see any of these photos when I was going through to find photos? Oh, that's a really blurry photo. This is why it's a live show, guys. I just pull photos off of the internet, and I'm like, here, let's go.
Chrissy, you really went all out with the Disney theming too.
He was like,
ours is just naturally Disney. Like all of these are Disney posters.
I was like, let me find this one Mickey.
Can I
There you
show
go.
you guys a few things?
We went putt with Brandon.
Yes, Brandon's coming over in just a little bit too.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll tell him you say hi.
I will. Yeah, do that. But no, and it was I think it was a fun time being there with you, just getting to hang out, celebrate, do like everything that I wanted to do for a while since I was a little kid, because I didn't get to do that much because Disney's always packed. So
here's what I'll say too. I didn't realize until I moved to Orlando as well just how many things there are also that are fun to do that don't involve the theme parks. When my family would come down here, we would go straight to Disney. We'd take that little magical express that goes from the airport to the resort, and we never saw everything else in the area. And there's quite a bit also to do that's like, number one, cheaper, number two, also pretty fun. It's a good area to be in. I would say the driving sucks. The traffic is horrendous. But yeah, I'm very grateful to be here. And I really see myself staying here for a really long time. We also live in kind of like a suburban-ish type of neighborhood right now. So it's so far away from all the hustle and bustle of the craziness with the theme parks, which I'm very happy about as well.
Well, let's kind of take a little shift from Disney and Universal.
How dare you?
Hold on.
He wanted to show us something. He said he had something.
Oh, so Amy found these.
You have something to show us. Oh, go ahead.
Yes.
He was going to show us something.
Okay, so hold on. Let me see what I can
attention.
set this up. Okay, I don't know whether or not this is going to work that well, but can you see what this is? These are a replica of the actual patents that Walt Disney got to be able to have specific rides. So this is the dune buggy for Haunted Mansion. This is the car for the car ride.
So helpful. The car ride.
Well, the car ride thing that you can do in Tomorrowland, I think it's called Autopia. Okay. There's a little Mickey little thing. There's a little graduation, and then we've got this is what Figment looks like, right? Oh. You got little Mickey Mouses here. Some of this is Japan stuff because she lived in Japan for a little while. And then this was Splash Mountain's patent, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. That's the Astro Orbiter. And then this one is the Matterhorn bobsleds.
How did I not see that when I was there?
What's your favorite ride? All I remember is It's a Small World.
Yeah, that's not my favorite ride.
Do you know? Hey, Chrissy, did you know that that's the most played song ever?
In what?
No, in the world.
Not
It's a Small World After All. Because It's a Small World After All is on repeat.
Oh, yeah,
constantly.
That makes sense.
They never, because it costs or it takes too much power to actually shut it off and back on again. They really never ever actually turn it off. So overnight they'll just let it keep running.
Wow.
But that would be spooky walking to the park and just hearing "It's a Small World After All."
I did have a few moments. I want to talk about Disney, James. Come on.
I know.
Let him talk about Disney. It's Disney.
I got a chance. Some of my last nights, because when you work on the college program, they make you work the super late nights. I was in the park certain nights when there was nobody else in the park, and I'm basically the only one on Main Street. those are some of the most magical moments because it feels so just like Disney is just here for you.
I mean, is it true? I mean, I don't know if you can answer this, but is it true? Is there like really underground like tunnels?
Yeah. No, that's like a known fact.
Okay.
So the reason why is because Walt wanted to make sure that people who are in certain outfits are not in those outfits in the other specific lands. So like if you're wearing a jungle costume at the Jungle Cruise, you're not going to show up in Fantasyland or Tomorrowland or anything like that wearing that costume. So instead, everybody walks around underground underneath the park. So my base was like underneath Cinderella's castle, and then my my theater spot, like if I was over by the theater, I'd be in like a little trailer over outside of the theater underground area. So
can you actually stay in Cinderella's castle?
Yes.
How much is that?
Can I personally know? It's like a special little like treat that they'll do for certain people. It's not like you can just like type up online like Cinderella Castle Suite.
Listen,
it's like a
if I have
thing.
enough money, I can get in there. Okay.
No,
there's always a price point.
But they do it as like a special occasion type of thing.
It's probably like for like weddings and stuff.
Not even for weddings. They'll do it as like special like employee, like they'll draw someone from like Hatton that let them stay, or like really special rich people or whatever. Yeah.
If Amy gets it or you get it, you better call us because we're coming. And we're gonna hang out.
I actually have a friend who works at Disney who's getting us into one of the other resorts as like their special employee perk thing that they won. So we're gonna be staying in the Grand Floridian pretty soon, which I'm excited about.
Ooh.
Yeah. Party.
See, I wish I knew.
Discovery Cove?
So that's at SeaWorld.
I went there in 2009, but we didn't go to Disney World. See, I was on a business trip with my sister.
My only time going to Disney, I was very let down. I know, Ian, you've heard this story. Because it was so busy that I only got to ride 3 rides. And it wasn't until we were at we didn't get to ride anything. Pretty much we got to ride 3 rides, but one of the supervisors came over and was like, "How are you guys doing?" And my mom was like, "Not doing so well." So they took us up the exit to Space Mountain. But I guess with something like that, like, is there anything like that the employees have to follow, like any like strict rules or like things that they have to do?
And I see
that's
Scott
actually, that's actually a question.
That question. Thank you,
yes,
Scott.
That's my dad.
Hello, Mr. James's father.
So I gotta explain it.
Well, I think obviously generic rules, right? Like you have to follow certain guidelines as far as code of conduct and stuff like that. You generally have to be very courteous to people. Like there's a big factor of being a courteous human being, right? That is a big deal. I was not allowed at the time to have a 5 o'clock shadow. You either had to have a fully shaved beard, a fully shaved face, or a fully grown in beard. You weren't allowed to have something in between, to the point where like they literally brought me a razor one day. It was like, please shave before you can go on stage and actually do your job. Just because I think it was like kind of like a uniform thing. They also don't allow visible tattoos, or didn't prior to very recently, because Disney's now kind of doing a inclusion initiative. Which part of that is allowing tattoos as a way of expressing who you are, but also using pronouns as a way of expressing who you are. So making sure that people are always addressing you with the correct pronouns, and making sure that, if a girl wants to have their hair in a certain way, or, they used to be that you couldn't have like unnatural hair colors, but if a girl wants to have purple hair at this point, she's now allowed to. Or anybody, right, who wants to have a different color hairstyle, or I think that the beard policy might still be in place, but hair specifically is a little bit more lenient at this point. Tattoos are now allowed to be visible, as long as it's not something inappropriate or anything like that. Which I think is really great. I think that it shows, first of all, a sign of the times. Second of all, I have a feeling that it's probably what Walt Disney would even want at this point, because he was generally a pretty inclusive. He said it's a place for all people. And how can you say it's a place for all people if you're, stopping people from being, specifically who they are? So I'm very happy about it.
What else? Is there anything else?
I mean, there's probably quite a bit. Is there a topic you specifically wanted?
I don't know. It was him that asked.
When you brought up the tunnel thing, you're like, is it true?
Well, because so I've heard that a lot, but like I didn't know. Like I just the one thing that I don't like. Do you guys
anybody who's like a character?
What was that?
Do you know anyone who's like a character? Like this guy I went to high school with is Aladdin, or he was Aladdin. I don't know if he is anymore.
Yeah. So here's what I'll say because we're on
I know the answer to this question.
Thing.
Look at him swimming like he.
I know people in entertainment. Yes.
He can't tell you who.
Yeah. I know people in entertainment. So yes.
Only reason I knew that was going to be the answer is because of what we went through when we were there. But no,
cool.
I don't know. I mean, like, so as I know, when I worked for Six Flags, there were times where, like, when they built a new ride or something or a new attraction, we got the benefits of being able to experience it before the guests got to. So I mean, like when they built like I can't think of. Well, they built Toy Story Land and they built what is the name of the Star Wars land? These are the B, doesn't it?
Why are you?
I'm sorry.
Why am I completely blanking on this?
I want to go to the Harry Potter.
Star Wars. It's like a brand new. You're talking about Batu, right? Like the
Batu, yeah. But do you get to experience?
What's it
like,
called?
do you get to go and like ride the ride before the
Edge.
guests?
Galaxy's
Edge.
They do cast previews. I'm not a cast member anymore, but I have friends who are. It's a great perk to be able to have a friend who's like, "Hey, I don't have anybody to go with. Will you ride this new ride with me?" That's really nice. I love that. I got to go on Velocicoaster pretty recently because it was an employee perk preview long before it opened to the public, which was very, very fun. And Velocicoaster is crazy.
You also got to go to Happily Ever After.
Yes.
When they finally were bringing it back.
Yes. So we had friends who got us in to be able to see the fireworks when they came back. And this was a all cast member preview where they literally were doing like an opening of like, we wanted to give this to you guys, the employees first, because you've been the ones that have helped make this magic happen through this time. And so many people were crying on Main Street, just like being like, I can't believe that we finally get to see these fireworks again. Because it is such a big, like magical wrap up of your night, you know, whenever you go to a park. So.
Well, you also got to experience Jordan Fisher and the other girl who actually sang Happily Ever After. They were there. They opened up the show for you guys, which was.
They're my best friends now. I'm just kidding.
Like, I mean, hello, Jordan Fisher. No, I mean, and I've always wanted to see that. I've always wanted to be able to see Happily Ever After, and but then I got to watch it like through your page and other people's pages, like actually, and it felt like you were actually there. And did you cry?
No. I
don't believe you.
No, honestly, I like Wishes more. The other fireworks show. I have some hot takes as far as Disney goes. I don't think it's too much of a hot take. I like the idea that you wrap up your day with something a little bit more calm, sweet, sentimental. I definitely cried when I watched the very first time. What was it called? It was like Magic and Memories. It was the castle show when the castle would change like what it looked like, right? Like the projections on the castle. Yes. That first show, I cried because I was with my whole family. Like it was a very sentimental and really, really good show that they did where they literally took like people who had Instagrammed from the day and they put those pictures on the castle itself and like made projections out of it and then put you with like Disney characters and stuff. I thought that was really sweet. And I wish that they would bring that back, but I understand that now like Happily Ever After kind of combines all of that. I think it's a really, really well done show. It's not one of my favorites as far as the nighttime shows go. I'm a big fan of Fantasmic, which you've seen or no?
I've not seen, that I've heard.
Fantasmic is at Hollywood Studios. It's like the story of like Mickey having a dream and then he sees every Disney character that you could ever imagine. And like all of them are wearing like, I think Belle's dress in that is like I heard it's some egregious amount of money. It's like $50,000 like gold diamond dress, and it's like crazy, like how elaborate this production is. But I love it. Fantasmic is such a cool show. So I'll take you both there when you come next.
Fantastic.
Most definitely. If you guys have any questions for Ian, like post them in here in the post them in the chat. I know Ian's looking at the YouTube stream. I think. Well,
I'm just looking at the comments on here.
Oh,
yeah. Ask me more questions, James's dad.
He is. Listen, okay. Last week, I feel like for a split second, my dad was the only one in here, and I went, "You know what? We might only have one viewer, but he's the baddest guy in this town. Let's continue."
You have to start somewhere, and honestly, I can't say good enough things. Right? You guys are doing something that you're passionate about during a time where it's really hard to find your footing and make something of what you want to do. So this is the start, and I'm happy to be. I'm really honored to be one of the first guests before you guys take off and conquer the world.
Very good question. How close to authentic was the Saving Mr. Banks movie and representing Walt Disney?
I don't actually know too much about.
But he was going to say he didn't watch it.
Details. I have seen it. It's been a long time since I've seen it. I really like that movie. What I was told, or at least I saw something, was that like the woman was a lot crazier than they depicted her, and she was a lot more like. There were just certain things that were like not true or like made a little bit more sentimental, and that like she finally came around and was kind or something like that. But my understanding was that she wasn't necessarily, or that she didn't actually come to the show or something like that. There's a lot you could look up online about that one. I don't know too much about Saving Mr. Banks. But yeah. I know that James just went to the bathroom.
Oh, is that what he's have to?
Yes.
Take it away.
So I guess this is now our podcast.
Hey.
I'm sorry I messed up the Big Brother talk too. I could have talked about that for a little while.
Oh, you're fine. We can talk.
Are you liking it so far?
Big Brother? I like this season. I think it's fun that they because I only started watching it last season. I thought it was kind of boring. Like I saw like the Dominant Alliance just stay like the whole time.
I'm sorry, not you guys setting me out when I was gone. Like I said, not you.
And that's our show. Thanks for watching.
I literally could hear you. I had the speakers on the entire time. How rude,
James. We're already at almost an hour, and we haven't played any games
and made a final two, and the night's a wrap.
But actually, no. That's what I was trying to transition to earlier. Ian was Big Brother and Survivor. Like, what are your hot takes on? What are your takes on Big Brother this year?
Look,
for both of you.
I think obviously the cast more or less completely delivers. I really can say. I can say right now that I think that regardless of whether or not I really think that they have good play styles, all of them are actually trying to play, which I appreciate so much as somebody who's watched this show for a while and seen lots of people just not even care at all whatsoever. What I will say as well, and this is, I told James that I had a hot take. I don't really think it's a hot take. I really think that it should just be like a generally understood thing. I think that what happened this week was really, really important to have the discussion of, because as we're pushing towards having a more diverse group, right? The fact that there was even a possibility of what Frenchie did as far as saying, I will not nominate any minorities because that goes against what my values are, and then decided to do it, in my opinion, because a lot of people, when they go to those final tribal councils and all that stuff, they talk about, you swore on your kid. I think what he did was worse than swearing on a kid. Honestly and truly. I think that alone, regardless of if he becomes the best overall player and he gets his footing and he goes great, I still think that he deserves 0 votes.
I think he realized. I realized that how I watched the live feeds, and I was watching them as soon as they came back on. He realized the mistake he made. And I think, but it sparked a discussion in the house. It sparked the topic of last night when they were talking about how they created the Cookout Alliance. Like it sparked something inside all the house guests, and they're like, "Huh, what?" Like
I mean, it's not necessarily right as a white man myself. It's not necessarily my place to make any sort of like statement along those lines, but it disturbed me, and I can't even imagine what it potentially was doing to a POC who's finally feeling like this is an opportunity to watch somebody who's a little bit more that they can relate to in the house, and to have somebody who does something that's so blatantly disrespectful about something that someone can't even like control about themselves, and they're choosing to like use that as like a way to connect and then use it to turn against them, I think is one of the most gross things that I've seen on a reality show, and I don't think it's being talked about enough, and enough people in the house are kind of dismissing it right now. And I hope they start calling him out once he's no longer HOH.
Yeah.
I feel like Frenchie knew what, like, as being somebody's like involved in Big Brother Twitter or whatever, kind of like knew what people wanted, and like, I don't want to say anything mean, but like performatively, maybe a word, like decided to say that, and then went back on it because he had too many people, like he had his hands in too many pots, like just too many different people. And for me personally, like, I don't know, if I'm being told no women are going first, like, great. I don't think Alyssa was expecting that. And Kyland, did I say right?
Kyland.
He took it really hard. Like, there was footage of him, like, after just, he's like, you don't see a lot of people like me, like, you know, go far on these shows, and to be the first one out, like, that would just not be a good representation for like kids that want to do something like this. And he was hurting. So
on a personal level, I think Kyland is the coolest and best person in the house. I think his gameplay sucks.
Yeah. He gives such good confessionals.
Oh, I love Kyland.
He talks up at the camera too.
Great casting choice.
Well, Ian, you watched last season. You watched the opening premiere of last season, and how last season's premiere, like, opening challenge was not really inclusive to both demographics of both female and male. What were your opinions on this year's, like, the whole plexiglass puzzle? Because to me, that was fair for both sides because it was the same thing. They each had an image. And
sure, to be honest, I thought as much as I love this early watching of feeds that we get to do, I still find that the live show really falls flat for me because they don't know necessarily what's going to happen. And for me, just in general, I think the entire opening episode has fallen really flat. I also just think the shows in general, they're not depicting the intricacies of the house. And this is my first time actually having the live feeds. I've always listened to the updates, but this is my first time actually watching the feeds myself. And I find myself like glued to the TV sometimes. These people are hardcore playing, and I love it.
It's hard to
gives me
follow.
a much better idea of figuring out who I think actually has a chance to win.
Who do you think's going? Oh, spoiler alert! Who do you think's going home tonight, Travis or Alyssa?
I don't think.
I don't think it's Alyssa. I think Travis is
but Alyssa's the smarter play, at least personally. But
I mean,
she definitely understands the game, and I do think that she's going to stay a lot longer at this point than people even realize, and she's going to fly back under the radar, as is Kyland. I think both of them at this point will be the potential, like, oh, you're a threat because you were the first round target at some point, but they are good for a lot longer. I think you look at somebody like Brent, you look at somebody like Whitney as potentially next targets to go. And there's just a few people right now specifically that I see winning the game.
Tiffany, what?
I'll put my take on somebody else. I think Tiffany's doing very, very well. But here's my thing, right? I think Tiffany will be going out of the way to save the person that I'm about to say. And I think that push comes to shove, Tiffany will not realize that at the end of the day, the competitions, and maybe I just don't know Tiffany well enough. I don't see a situation that Tiffany wins in the crucial competitions that she needs to in any capacity against Xavier. I think Xavier is winning the game. I'm calling it right now.
Fair. Yeah.
Okay, fair.
He's in my top two, as well as Claire.
I do think, okay, but yeah, the other one is Claire, and I don't think they realize that they need to watch out for Claire with all of the information that she knows about these games, all of the information she's like looked up about it. I just worry that because she's had that talk with production, right, that she's studied up on all this stuff and has all this, you know, like the rule book to win the game, they're going to be like, okay, well, we can't possibly give her one of those games, and they're going to give her something brand new. And that's what I get worried about.
You can't really and I guess it's in my eyes with production, you can't be like, oh, let's penalize her because she studied this game. Anyone who's watched Big Brother from the beginning has studied the game. So
James,
I mean, like,
I'm gonna break your heart right now, James.
okay, go ahead. I don't. This is
will
my.
do whatever the HE double hockey sticks they want. They will do whatever they need to make sure that their result ends up happening at the end of the day. Have you heard the stories about like the way in which they've rigged certain seasons and stuff like that? I mean, they will do that if they feel like they have the ability to. And since they've known her book that she's studied, and she's not allowed to bring that into the house, right?
Yeah.
They know the book she studied. They're probably going to make sure that they give us something that's not going to happen. So I do worry for Claire towards that later part. But if they choose not to do anything and they do like her and they do want to make sure that she wins, I think that that it'll end up happening.
So let's switch real quick because something just came out the other day. Survivor, it's back. 41. What is your view? Like, are you excited for it, Ian? Are you?
Absolutely. I've been a big fan of this show too. And I think that, obviously it's a very different type of show, right?
Okay.
Very excited to see kind of where things go with the show because of the new number one diversity initiative. And then of course as well, just getting a new cast of fun, crazy characters and not focusing too much on a damn theme, I think is going to be nice. Just calling it 41 is a really great change for me.
So I wanted to bring that up because we're about to do a game. Now, what I wanted to do is So I took both of your passions. Ian, you love Disney and you love Universal. Chrissy, you love Survivor. So you guys I have 30 questions for each of you. I'm going to see how many you can answer in less than 2 minutes.
Can I do something really quickly? There's a friend of mine at the door. I'm just going to let him in and say hi to my dog. Okay.
Yeah, that's most definitely.
Oh, wait. Yeah, it's in the chat. Hi, Brandon.
He's not even at the door. He's not even in yet.
Not me getting a manicure and it chipping off. I didn't even do anything.
Okay. So, Chrissy, do you have your phone?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you pull up a timer?
I'm scared. Are you asking me
2
questions?
minutes. No, I'm asking Ian first.
Oh, okay. All right, period. 2 minute timer?
2 minute timer. Do not begin the timer yet.
He's going to beat me anyway.
Yes.
So these questions have to do with both Universal and Disney. Okay.
Yes.
If you don't know what answer, just pass.
I'm not going to not know the answer.
Okay. If you don't know an answer, just pass.
He's going to win. Right.
I might not, honestly.
Chrissy, will you let me know when there's 30 seconds?
I just know James
and 10
I know
seconds.
He's complicated.
Do you want me to hold it up?
No, you can have it down. You want?
All right.
Tell me. Your timer will begin after I read the first question. Are you ready?
Yes.
What year did Disneyland open?
1970. Disneyland. 66.
No, 1955. What does Hakuna Matata mean?
No worries.
In 2021, Universal Studios opened what new attraction?
In 2021, the Velocicoaster.
Correct. What are the 3 mountains in Magic Kingdom?
Space Mountain, Big Thunder Mountain, Splash Mountain.
Correct. Who is Miguel's idol in Coco?
What's his name? Pass.
Okay. Ernesto de la Cruz.
Yeah, that's
what volcano is the centerpiece of Universal's Volcano Bay?
The Krakatoa.
Correct. What is the name of the Halloween event that Universal Studios Florida holds every year?
Halloween Horror Nights.
Correct. What is the name of the steampunk restaurant we visited at Universal City Walk?
Toothsome's Chocolate Emporium.
Correct. What does E.T. say at the end of the E.T. ride?
Thank you, and then he says your name.
Correct. Besides the Universal name, what other object is present in the Universal logo?
The globe.
Correct. Disney World or Disneyland? Which one is the most happiest place on Earth?
World.
Wrong. Land. Name the 2 parks. Nope. Disney World is the most magical place.
No.
Name the 2 other. Yes, it is. Name the 2 parks, water park and nighttime entertainment complex at Universal Orlando.
The 2 parks are Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios Florida. The water park is Volcano Bay, and then the nighttime area is City
30
Walk.
seconds.
Correct. What is the name of the planned 4th Universal park set to open in 2024?
Epic Universe.
Correct. Walt Disney said it's kind of fun to do the what?
Impossible.
Correct. Who was the first cartoon character to get a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame?
Mickey Mouse.
Correct. In September of 2021, what nightly event is set to end to make way for the new
That's it.
Disney Channel Enchantment show?
Wow. What? Oh, Illuminations.
3,
Yeah, Happily Ever After.
2,
What?
1.
Quasimodo was the bell ringer
Oh.
of Christmas Cathedral.
Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Correct. So
Not me losing already. Like
here's some
You
questions.
spend a lot of time
yeah,
arguing with me.
yeah, that is true.
Wait, what do you
Here-
call them eyes? Disneyland? What?
Disneyland. Disney World is the most magical. Disneyland is the happiest,
Okay, period. I guess.
according to the billboards. Some other questions I had on here, and I just want to see if you would know them.
I will.
Julie Andrews made her feature film debut in which Disney movie?
Mary Poppins.
Very popular.
Correct. How many stones were used to make Cinderella's castle?
9.
The correct answer is actually none.
Stones?
Yep.
I was just
what are-
making up an.
What were Mickey Mouse's first spoken words?
Oh boy.
Hot dog.
Hot dog.
What? Hot diggity dog.
Hot dog. So Ian, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Oh my
7,
God. Can we just
8, 9, 10, 11, 12 out of 30 because they didn't get all of them.
I
Ian,
call
you have your phone.
Riggery here.
You're gonna
Ian,
win.
You have your phone.
I mean, I like
Yes.
Survivor, but not as much as you.
Okay. Set a timer for 2 minutes.
Yes, deal.
Okay. Chrissy, your time starts after I read the first question.
Oh God.
Are you ready?
Yeah, sure.
What castaway holds the record for winning the most individual immunity challenges over their Survivor career?
Ozzy.
No, Boston Rob. Finish the line. Fire represents your life. Once it's gone,
So are you.
correct. The longest season of Survivor lasted 42 days. Which season was it? If you don't know it, you can pass.
Was it Island of the Idols? I don't know. Keep going.
No, Australian Outback. Who was the lone member of the ill-fated Oolong tribe to make the jury in Survivor pull out?
Stephanie from Delco.
Correct. Who was the first Big Brother alum to play the game of Survivor?
Hayden Moss.
Correct. 2 players are considered to have played the perfect game. No votes cast against them at any tribal council, and they won unanimously. Name one of them.
Earl Cole.
Who?
Earl Cole.
No, Cochran or JT. Who is my favorite
Yeah,
Survivor
no,
player
no.
of all time?
I'm sorry, say it again.
Who is my favorite
Gavin
Survivor player of
Whitson.
all time?
Gavin Whitson.
Correct. What 4 words does Jeff say to someone when he snuffs their torch?
The tribe has spoken.
Correct. Name one of the U.S. Survivors 2-time winners.
Tony Vlachos, Sandra Diaz.
Correct. Who is the only survivor to have attended and survived every single tribal council held on his or her season?
Denise Stapley.
Correct. What survivor famously gave away his truck as part of an immunity deal?
Yao Man. I don't know his last name.
Correct. Which castaway gave his hidden immunity idol to a member of the opposing tribe?
JT Thomas.
Correct. Finish the line. It's not an idol. It's an effing.
Stick. Stick. It's an effing stick.
Correct.
Yeah.
Who is widely regarded as the greatest survivor player to never win?
Sari Fields. She has
Correct. What is the title of the Survivor theme song?
Ancient Voices.
Correct. Chris Underwood is the only person in Survivor history to give away his final immunity at Tribal Council. True or false?
No, they did it in. Wait. Did Sarah Lucina do it? True, I guess. I don't know.
Correct.
No, false.
Shut
False.
up, shut up, mute,
Oh!
mute, shut up, mute, shut up, mute, mute, shut up, mute.
Good job. Chrissy,
You sound like that dude that used to do the.
out of a
Shut up,
possible
shut up, shut
30,
up, shut up.
out of a possible 30 questions, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Those
6,
were
7,
so
8, 9,
easy.
10, 11, 12, 13 correct. You beat
still
Ian
beat
by
me, right?
1 question.
Ridiculous. Because you
All
spend the whole
right.
time arguing with me.
Not this. Not this. Ian.
Put me on next
All right.
week. I got
Here
this.
is our other game. This is we're gonna do this real fast, so have fun because we have to
What is
end this. But your computers have to stay where you are at. All right.
I'm really gonna do the scavenger
Do we have to go
You
get
are about to
something?
do a scavenger hunt.
Oh my lord.
All right. Ian, if you need to unplug your headphones, you can. Are you ready?
Yes.
Here's what's going to happen. The first one to bring back the correct thing will get the point. All right?
I cannot believe
Nope.
I'm doing this.
Sorry. Well.
I can't believe 3 people are watching this on YouTube. Anyway, go ahead.
All right. I need you to bring me back some soap. Correct. Ian got it first.
What? I was here before.
All right.
You.
Sorry. All right. Your favorite hair care item.
Count it. You don't know me.
Oh God. I'm sorry, but Ian had it correct first.
Let's go.
He lives in an apartment. I live in a 4-bedroom house. Anyway, go ahead.
No, he literally had it in his hand already.
No, I don't actually use soap. That was a joke.
Okay, you cannot use the soap for this answer. Find me something that floats. No, I said you cannot use that. Go, something that floats.
Does a banana float? Do bananas float? I don't know. Banana. I can float.
I'm pretty sure this roll toilet paper would float if you put it in, right?
I'm gonna say I'm giving it to Ian.
Let's go.
This toilet paper will float.
All right. Find me something that reminds you of each other.
He gonna struggle. I just have this one because I had the.
There you go.
Oh, tequila.
Well, I'm sorry, but I'm actually giving that to Chrissy.
That's fine.
I don't do shots anymore. I'm too old.
A sweatshirt for your alma mater or your favorite sports team. This is fun.
This is for my TV station, but it's still my alma mater's TV station.
Okay. Here it comes. Sorry, Chrissy. Ian got it first.
I'm dying. Not the cardio here. Ian wins.
Find me a tube of lipstick.
Come on. Soap.
That's not lipstick. That's soap.
I'm not going through my girlfriend's stuff.
Chrissy, you won.
Whew. Oh, God.
Find me a sock with a hole in it.
Oh, my God.
Hi, Brandon.
Hey, James. How's it going?
Good. You can pop on screen if you want. I'm not going to mind. I'm sorry, but Chrissy got that right. A mask of any kind.
Oh, I just had one today.
Rob, is your mask up here?
It doesn't matter. Ian already got it.
This is a mess. Are you going to come clean up my place?
This is what Rob
Ian already had it.
Not this.
Find me some expired food.
Some what?
And not the bananas.
Some what?
That's soap. Some expired food.
I gotta go all the way downstairs.
Really fucking moldy. I need to throw out this lemon.
Give it to him. I don't want to go downstairs.
Chrissy, just so you know, you're losing 3-6.
I'm sure.
Number 11. Number 10. A to-go menu.
We Uber Eats, James. I don't have one.
Well, she's gonna get that.
Never mind.
Find me a Brandon.
Let's go. This is my friend Brandon.
Oh,
Give
yeah,
it to him. Give it to him.
And this is our pup.
I have to go.
Magic.
Bonus point. 1. Hi, Brandon.
Yeah, Brandon has a point.
Yeah,
Uh,
I made my official.
There we go.
Find me something that begins with the letter E.
So.
Yes. I have no idea.
I don't know either. I don't know. I can't pull anything either.
The fact that none of you guys Can find anything.
Yeah. No.
Echo dot. Echo dot.
Good job, Chrissy. You have 4.
Echo dot.
You have 6. Brandon, you have 1.
Yeah. I'm gonna win.
Something you can see through.
Rob, come here. No, I'm kidding.
So.
We need to refill the soap. Thank you for the reminder, Jane.
Oh wait, did he get that?
Yeah. Something other than the soap that's part of your nighttime routine. And don't you dare say bananas.
Tequila! Alcohol!
I gotta brush my hair.
I'm sorry, but Ian had alcohol.
I was joking. Don't drink before bed, kids.
Oh, I should have just gotten him. Never mind.
All right.
Not legal.
We have 2 more.
This is ridiculous.
Sorry, Chrissy, you're going to have to go really fast.
Oh, I'm losing. Is this downstairs?
A fridge magnet.
A what? That's
A
fucked
fridge magnet.
All right, James, I'll give you my point if you can tell me what this is.
You got it already?
That's the elixir for
I'm not even gonna run downstairs.
That's the elixir from Emperor's New Groove. That Yzma, as the cat, goes climbing upside the building, and it's the one that also changed Cusco back from a llama into a human.
Very good, sir.
Okay, my final one, and I'm gonna be very disappointed, and this point will go to creativity and not for whoever gets it back first. Something that reminds you of me. I'm going to let everybody update our score. Chrissy, 5. Ian, 8. Brandon, 1. I'm waiting for Brandon just to step back in the screen. Hi!
Yeah, great. Can I do Brandon? Brandon reminds me of you.
I mean, you got to be creative. What is this? What are you?
Shit, this is the wrong shirt. All right, I got it.
You go, James.
All right. I am going to say that had you picked Brandon, Ian, I probably would have given you the point because I missed Brandon. But Chrissy, you got the point. But you know what? The points don't matter.
Ian wins.
Because the real winner of this game, who gets the crown overall, is our guest, Ian. Woo!
That's my 716 kid.
I want to read you on the.
Oh, by the way, apparently,
Ian, we can do fun trivia tomorrow.
Apparently, bananas float in water. You know, okay, Ian.
Not king.
Ian, you said you wanted a redo.
Yeah.
I have 13 more questions real quick that I can go through.
How many more?
13.
13. Okay. All right. Can I call lifeline if Brandon can help?
Yeah, Brandon. If you can't, if you're stumped, Brandon can help. There will be no. And I'll do the same for Chrissy. There will be no time limit for these. Chrissy.
I thought she won't know this.
She won't, but I just want her back. Okay.
Hi.
You have a lifeline that you can call on, Chrissy. You can call on Ian if you need it. But Ian is going to have Brandon. What is the first Pixar film to ever be released?
No, I don't know.
Is it Bugs Life or Toy Story? I think it's Toy Story. Toy Story.
Toy Story is correct. Who was the first Black Disney princess?
Tiana.
Correct. Disney introduced its first animated openly gay character in what movie?
Frozen.
No. Onward.
No.
First openly.
Who was gay in Frozen?
Who Big Summer Blowout.
Okay.
Well,
I can't believe you got me to say that on a live stream.
Finish the line. The past can hurt, but the way I see it, you can either run from it or
Face it?
Learn from it.
He got it.
Which Pixar character said, "Our fate lives within us. You only have to be brave enough to see it"?
Merida.
Correct. How many theme parks are in Walt Disney World, and what are their names?
Just let him
Four.
go.
Animal Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, Magic Kingdom, Epcot.
Correct.
Ooh, I want to go
How
to
many? Finish the lyric. Be a man with all the strength of a raging fire, mysterious as the dark side,
of the moon.
Correct.
I
How
could
many
have told you
fingers?
the entire song.
How many fingers in total does Mickey Mouse have?
8.
Correct. How many feet does Doctor
When you
Doom's
put the
sphere
glove
fall
on,
drop?
I like to go like this because he's got like 4 fingers.
Oh shit! It really is 8.
Yeah. How many feet does Doctor Doom's sphere fall drop?
Ooh. You're there more than I am.
I'm gonna go with 70.
150 feet.
Wow.
I will guess 150.
Okay. What is the slogan? Now you have to listen to this carefully. What is the slogan for Universal Studios Florida?
Whoa, let it whoa.
No.
Wait, the slogan.
The
Not me
slogan
being
for
all like
Universal
that.
Studios
Oh.
Florida.
See the stars, ride the movies.
No.
No.
Okay, handsome. He got it.
Vacation like you mean it. Universal Studios Orlando
Jeez.
is Let It Whoa.
Someone is lying to you.
I'm gonna get fired.
Hey, in my defense, I got that from the Universal
We
website.
should have interviewed Brandon. He worked there, too.
Chrissy,
He's probably going to ask you next week. You want to come on a podcast and learn more about Disney?
Why not?
Chrissy, are you ready? What was the name of the European show that Survivor is based on?
Battle Royale. I don't know.
Yes, if I do.
What is it?
He goes,
I don't know.
Yes, and that,
Expedition Robinson.
Really? Wow. I never
What
knew that.
season first introduced the hidden immunity idol?
That was 11, Guatemala.
Correct. Who is the only person to be the first person eliminated twice?
Francesca.
Correct. Survivor didn't always air on Wednesdays. How many seasons aired on Thursdays?
Wait, what was your question?
18?
Survivor didn't always air on Wednesdays. How many seasons aired on Thursdays?
19, 20?
19 is correct.
19.
Hey! They
Who is the
switched
only
it.
survivor who have been on both the fans tribe and the favorites tribe?
Eric Reichenbacher, the ice cream.
Correct. How did Brandon Hance get eliminated in Survivor Caramoan?
He got like kind of aggressive with people, and then they had to like remove him.
How did he get eliminated in Survivor South Pacific?
He gave his idol to, was it Albert? He gave his idol to
I
somebody.
don't know who he gave it to, but you're correct.
He gave his idol away, and then they voted him out.
There have been a total of 16 evacuations on Survivor, with 15 of them being medevacs. Terry Dietz is the only castaway to be evacuated due to a family emergency and not an injury or an illness. True or false?
Family emergency.
Go for it.
I'm gonna go true on that one.
The answer is correct. True. Yeah, his son had to have a heart
His
transplant.
son had a heart surgery, and yeah.
During Survivor Panama, Shane Powers and Aris Bacchus were bathing in the ocean when a kilo of what washed up at their feet?
Aris what?
I don't know how to say his last name.
Bacalcus.
Whatever.
Whatever it was not what James just said. Go back and watch that.
Well, a kilo of what?
A kilo of what washed up at their feet?
Jellyfish.
Cocaine.
Oh,
Who made Survivor history in Blood versus Water by voting her mom out of the game?
Sierra Easton.
Correct. Jeff Probst is known for hosting Survivor. True or false?
True or false?
Kava. True or false? He has also hosted a spinoff of Jeopardy.
I'm gonna go true on that.
He hosted a spinoff called Rock and Roll Jeopardy. Finish the line. The Queen stays.
Queen, adios.
Correct. Which Survivor player was the first to be voted out with 2 idols in his pocket?
James Clement.
Correct. Which country has filmed the most Survivor seasons?
Fiji.
Correct. How many?
Okay, well, 20. No, 23, 24, 25, Philippines, 26.
9.
Chrissy?
Hang on a second. I'm sorry.
9.
San Juan del Sur, 30. 31s.
I don't think San Juan.
9.
I think that's Nicaragua.
9. I was counting up till I started, 9.
9 is correct, but once season 41 and 42 airs, it will be 11.
Oh, stop.
No, but 9 is correct. That's what I have written down.
Hey,
Chrissy,
Magic.
who holds the record for the most seasons played on Survivor?
Okay, wait.
I know this.
Boston Rob is 22, 4, 8, 20, 22, 40.
Oh, I'm wrong. Yeah, it is.
Sandra is 7, 20, 30. Yeah, Boston Rob. Mariano.
Correct. Chrissy, this is
gonna
a question for
Right.
Chrissy. This is a question from my dad. Are you ready?
Oh, God.
What was the name of the car the first season Survivor winner won? I don't even know this answer.
Who won? I'm trying to think who won it. Kelly Wigglesworth
Chevy
won it.
Equinox, right?
That might be it. You might have had it.
No,
I
but
think it was-
the
I
first
think it was
winner was
First
winner was Richard Hatch.
All Stars.
the first winner won a car, and the first winner was Richard Hatch, and he did win a car.
Go back to Brendan.
Yeah, type in the answer.
Yeah. I don't know. Not me Googling.
Wait, hold on. Was Brandon there when you did the trivia questions?
No. Oh, yes, but he didn't hear
Oh, Brandon.
the questions. We want to go get dinner. I'm hungry.
Okay, hold on. Hold on.
Oh, let him go. He has to go.
I want to ask Brandon one question.
Yeah.
In 2021. Oh no, where's the questions for Ian? Oh, in September of 2021, which nightly event is set to end to make way for the new Disney Enchantment show?
Happily Ever After.
Yeah, Ian, why couldn't you get that correct?
I was stressed. There was like 10 seconds left on the clock.
Oh, Ian. Ian won.
Ian, you won anyway. You won the
No, she won the
won the
first game. I
magical
won the
crown.
second game.
Congratulations.
Here, I'll put it
Brandon.
put it on my head.
Put it on his head. Get him. Hey. Hey, take your hat off. Get ready for it.
Thank you.
Dun, 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 dun.
King.
Congratulations, Ian. Thank you for coming on.
This is fun. I better be
Ian,
your favorite guest you've ever had.
Well, I mean, Nick Cregan did a pretty
Nick
good
Cregan
job.
was hot, but you were fun. We had to wait time for it.
I will take fun over hot any day.
Ian, I hope you're okay with this. I'm gonna throw this up there, guys. Follow Ian on Instagram at Ian and Embling.
Sometimes I go to Disney and I act like a
He
child.
put his whole reel is like Disney.
But
It's
Brandon,
true.
thank you for coming on as well. You are a special guest as well.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Hi,
You're
Brandon.
welcome.
Chrissy.
Ian, go get some food. Have
Bye,
a good
guys.
night. Oh wait,
Yeah.
hold on. My dad answered. He won a Pontiac Aztec.
Who was he?
Richard Hatch.
Richard won it? Why did I think Kelly
Yeah.
won it? Oh, when
No,
he took
Kelly
Rudy.
came in-
He took
Kelly
Rudy
came
in
in
the car.
second.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. So Ian, thank you for coming on. You have a good night.
I shall.
Bye, guys. Ian, I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. I'll see you tomorrow.
Birdie.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Everybody.
Not me kicking him off the screen. That was fun.
That was so fun.
That
Oh
was
my
a fun
god.
night. I had a blast. How do I take his? There we
We're
go.
still live.
Yeah, we are. That was fun. Guys, thank you guys for coming on tonight. I know we said it was going to be an hour-long episode.
20 minutes actually.
I love how Ian just went, "You're still live." I know we're still live. Thank you guys for coming on. It was supposed to be an hour-long episode, but we're glad that he got to spend time with us and we got to learn with him.
I love you.
Thank you. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm saying everything over and over again because I'm not
You
prepared.
did a great job coming up with it. You were very prepared with those questions. Some were
I
easy,
know,
some
that was-
were tough. Your dad's was the toughest.
Thank you, Dad, for the toughest question. Guys, we thank you guys so much for always joining in, tuning in. Next week, we will not. Oh, we will have a show next week. I was about to
We're
say we
going
won't have a
over
show.
personal interest pieces next week.
We're going to go over our personal interest pieces and what's next coming up with the podcast. We have made some temporary changes for August, so you want to be here for that. Chrissy, you want to go ahead and say your stuff, your Instagram and all that?
Sure. Y'all can follow me on Instagram at CRoss_Mac_4 at Instagram, at Chrissy_Ross at Twitter. You can follow Bare Essentials. We just got new bra 30s, and I know I say this every week, but it's really legit. Like, we have new colors. And if you check out my Instagram, I might be playing like a reality game on Sunday. I can't really say like too much about it yet, but if you check out my Instagram, I'll post information about where to watch. Thank you. Hope you had a good night.
My Instagram is at Jay Hinton, so go ahead and follow me.
The podcast.
And the podcast at C&J Unedited Podcast. It is going to be a fun upcoming month for us. But, you know, as always, we thank you guys for just coming in, hanging out with us. Thank you guys for asking Ian some questions, joining us when we played some fun games. Chrissy, I'm sorry that you lost.
I won the first game, period.
You did win the first game, but
I
you know what?
Going to happen because he lives in an apartment and I live in a house.
Well, also, no matter what, even if you won the second game, Ian was still going to be the winner. So
you knew it was going to happen, so you were prepared.
But we thank you guys. So join us next week at Thursday at 7/6 Central. We promise we will be on at 6 Central or 7/6 Central for another all new episode. Until then, be safe, be happy, and always remember to live your life 100% unedited. Good night.